Okay, today's task is to help us to better prepare for our end goal, which in the end is to create our musical. It's to turn our book club book into a musical that we have created. The I can statement is, I can use my creative thinking skills to develop a script that has transformed my book club text into a fun-filled musical. And you guys have already started working on that. But there's some key elements that I really want to focus on to make sure that we have included this. The activity is going to be called Ready, Set, Act. And it's going to be inspired by these paintings right here. The key terms we're going to talk about today includes visualize, infer, determine, and importance. I want you to talk to your neighbor. Which one do you think is the most important out of these? Ready, set, go.
Visualize? No.
It may be determine.
Yeah. You don't want your audience to have to visualize because you want to show them. You don't want them to have to guess what's going on.
Yeah, you have to like show them.
So it's determine or importance.
Maybe it's, well, I sort of think it's determined, because if you're not like determined, then if you screw up, you're just gonna say I screwed up. But if you're determined, then if you screw up, you'll just keep going.
Yeah.
So I think it's determined.
I'm not super sure what importance means.
Important.
Finish up those thoughts in 3,
So it doesn't really
2,
make sense. So it wouldn't be.
1. Okay, tell me what you think. Out of those words, what's most important and why? The most important part for you is to explain the why. Henry.
I think visualize, because if you can't visualize in a text or a musical, the audience won't understand it, and you can't really have a good text or a musical when they can't visualize.
Okay, well, can you kind of explain that a little bit better? Because when I think of the term visualize, and I think text, musical, I definitely think there's two different forms of visualization there. Okay, so if you see a musical, like whenever we saw Seussical, you don't have to necessarily visualize yourself as much because it's provided for you. Whenever you read your novel, you had to mentally visualize and imagine what was happening in the text. Okay, so there's two different levels of visualization there. Okay, so that's Henry's opinion. Brandon, what's your opinion?
In my opinion, it's determined.
Okay.
Because you want to be determined when you're the actor in the musical. Because when you mess up, you don't want to say, I messed up. You just want to keep going.
Okay. Do you think, given the task itself of taking a novel and putting it into a musical, the main word is importance? Because it has to do with the importance of the details versus minor details, major details, and overall the most important details given the task and the time. Okay? Our EQ for today is what evidence suggests your character and what they will do. And our main standard is RL 4.5, which is explain the major difference between poems, drama, and prose. Refer to structural elements of poems, but we're specifically looking at drama, cast of characters, setting, and description. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. Okay? We're going to use these terms here: visualize, infer, determine, importance, and we're going to kind of act. Okay? We're going to act out. We're going to ready, set, act with our groups of these paintings. Okay? First, I want you to look at these paintings. Pick one that you're going to talk about. That is going to be your focus with your group. So turn and talk. Decide which one you want to talk about. Go ahead.
Which one do you want to do? I really don't care.
I don't know.
One's called Shower of a Lake, and one's called...
It's sort of where people are like working.
Yeah.
So...
One's called North Wall.
So I think maybe we can do like North Wall because it has more characters.
Yeah.
Or if we want to just focus on like two main characters, we can do Shower.
I want you to tell me how you are using this form of visualization to infer what is currently happening in the piece of artwork that you have chosen. What visual cue is helping you determine this? So go ahead and talk about that.
Okay.
So in this particular situation, I think we should go with the shower.
Yeah.
And what's currently happening?
It's raining.
It looks like that's maybe a dock out in the water.
Maybe like a bridge.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like flooding the bridge or something.
Yeah. You can tell there's a little bit of a city in the background.
Yeah, and there's people on boats.
Yeah. I see the boat. So what I'm guessing is happening is it's just a thunderstorm and people are trying to get off the bridge as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And boats are trying to dock.
Everybody clap your hands. Alright, let's talk about the visualization here. What can you infer based on looking at this painting? Okay. Come up, come up. Okay. Okay. What did she say? She determined what important detail allowed her to determine an inference for this. What do you think was her most important detail? Olivia, what do you think?
The most important detail was that there's a lot going on and definitely not like a regular day job where you just go there to do a few things. Because she was talking about using a lot of men to help work with it. So I think the details of how big the factory was helped her make this.
Okay. Did you notice that whenever she came up, she went to the very center of the painting? Okay, here's my question to you. Do you think an artist always tries to draw your attention to the center of the painting? Turn and talk.
No, I think he does sort of like the opposite. I think he wants to draw your attention to the whole painting, not to just the one part. And he wants you to he wants you to really recognize what one character's doing, besides just the middle, just the one character. He wants you to recognize what all the characters are doing and how they want to.
I believe it depends on the painting because,
Freeze! That was outstanding. Say it again.
in Seussical, it kind of relates because it had a spotlight on the Cat in the Hat in the magnifying glass, and also the Who's on the other side. So I thought it was not trying to draw your attention to the middle.
Okay, so you made a connection to Seussical to make a connection to a musical. You made a nice connection to a musical that we experienced. We saw that's kind of similar like to painting. Now she noticed this in the center, but that's not necessarily always the case, and that's not always the case in a musical. For example, the Cat in Seussical, how there's the one scene where there's important elements going on two sides of the stage and not necessarily something in the center. So, so great job there with that. Who can tell me something about this painting? Who talked about this painting? Bryce?
We talked about how that it was like raining and that it might be a flood. And so everybody is trying to get back to the city, and the city is in the upper left.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think was the most important element that allowed him to determine that there was a flood happening? David?
Maybe that it was raining and the ocean, and also that they were walking on a bridge.
Okay. Raining, ocean there, walking on a bridge. Okay. Now it's time to kind of use these different elements. Remember, our question is, what evidence suggests that your character and what they will do? You get to put yourself in these paintings, and you are going to act out what is happening based on what you see, what you visualize. Okay, we talked about the visual representation now. Now it's your turn to be in the painting. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to put together a little skit with you and your partner of you acting like you are in this painting. Does that make sense? Any questions? Go. You have 5 minutes.
Okay. So we need to pick a